Yeah, I was just super excited this last weekend to get to play with everyone and get back in the groove. I'm feeling really great, so I'm really excited.
And for you, what are you trying to get out of this weekend and these first couple games?
Just connecting with the team, the whole team getting our vibe, and just starting the season off really good. To start the rest of the season really strong.
Brooke, I know you guys start on the road for a little bit. I guess what do you feel y'all are going to learn from being on the road till about September?
I think it will help us a lot to kind of get the experience of not playing at home, and so then when we come back at home, we'll be really excited to finally get to play in front of our fans. So I think we're just excited about that.
In terms of the rhythm and reps, how long does it take you to kind of get back into that? And I guess how difficult is it to kind of be out for something like that?
I don't know. My teammates make it really easy just to come back and play with everyone and connect, and it's a really great environment, and we all cheer each other on, so it's really fun.
Speaking of that, I guess, can you kind of speak to some people that kind of stepped in while you were out? And I guess how nice is it to know that you got some other girls that can kind of come in there and really kind of step in for you?
Yeah, we have everyone on the team is so great and can play in any role, and no matter who steps on the court, does a really great job. So I think we can all really rely and trust on each other that anyone can get the job done.
In terms of Alex, I guess what have you seen from her kind of coming in, having to be that new setter for y'all and just kind of trying to lead y'all?
She's done so great. She has such a great spirit on the court and leadership, and really demands greatness. And I think that helps a lot when if we are down or up, she can get us there and win the game.
Starting off with a pretty strong tournament ahead, when you look at teams like VCU and Ohio State, how much does this just set the tone for what you're going to see in the Big 12?
Yeah, I think it's really great to play really good teams right off the bat, just to get the experience and just play and have a good time, and it helps us later knowing what we can really do.
With Alex coming in and setting a faster offense, how has that helped you at the net too?
It helps open it up for everyone. She's also really offensive, so that helps all the hitters have a better chance to score, so it helps a lot.
I know over the summer you got to train over with the U.S. Olympic team just what was that experience like for you, and how beneficial was it coming back and kind of sharing some of the things you learned?
I really enjoyed it. It was really fast there, so coming back, it was really helpful that I could come back and also have a fast offense because Alex runs that really well. So it was a pretty easy transition. I guess it helped to train that in the summer because we're already doing it here. So.
I think putting ourselves in that position where we have to play on the road a lot and make us uncomfortable, I think that'll definitely help us later when we have to go on big road games in the conference. So I think it'll really set the tone and make it easier when we do come home because we'll be comfortable here. So I think it'll be good for us.
Does it kind of give you all a little different look as well because you're playing in this tournament setting and you're kind of obviously having to prepare for a team with not the necessary, I guess, kind of preparation, so to speak, that you would on a weekly basis?
What do you mean?
I guess just you're kind of preparing for teams a little bit quicker in a tournament setting. Does that help you all at all?
Yeah. I still think there's still a lot of game planning that the coaches do that do help us, and we go through film every day. It's pretty much just a sped up version of what a normal game day would look like in conference.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned so far, kind of being the new setter?
I guess just being a leader and trusting that my teammates have my back. I guess I don't know. It's just nice to know that everyone's playing for each other and we all trust each other so much.
I don't know if this kind of plays to that, but I guess for you, what would be a successful first match for y'all?
I think what Brooke was saying, kind of finding our rhythm and connection and just vibing with each other well. I think once we find that, it'll run smoother, and I feel our connections will just be better.
What does it mean for y'all as a team to get Brooke back after she missed, a couple weeks with an ankle?
It's really nice. She's really good. It was nice this last practice when she came back and she wasn't even 100% yet. I still trusted the setter, and she was still getting kills. So it'll be fun when she's 100% back.
For you, when you come into a new role, at what point do you stop maybe overthinking things and getting in your own head? At what point were you okay, I feel comfortable and I can just kind of go without thinking too much?
I definitely felt that more starting these 2-a-days because it's like a new year, like new freshmen, like it's a new team. So I felt like I settled down more in my role starting this semester.
VCU has a middle blocker who was top 5 of blocks per set last year. How fun is that for you to go up against that right away and spreading the offense and making sure that she's constantly on the move?
I guess it'll be really challenging for us, and that'll definitely help us too because Texas has big blockers too, so that'll help us down the road.
Is it exciting to go against another Power 5 opponent right away to get the season off and kind of set the tone for what Big 12s will be?
Yeah, I'm really excited. Coming from the scrimmage, like playing with each other, I'm excited to like play a very good other team.
Yeah, she's just one of those players that she scores points easily. It gives us a lot of confidence knowing that we can give her a ball and you pretty much know what the result's going to be. But we've been missing her for so long. Even back in Italy, she was coming off of an injury, so we really didn't get to see her that much when we were on our foreign trip. And so it's just been a while since she's been with us at game speed, and so and then she had a setback with her ankle, and it's just been a struggle. So she's kind of been having to grind through it. But for us as a team, we've been moving on without her, knowing that we were going to get her back, and we started to see it on Saturday, and instantly our offense looks a lot more complete.
I was going to say, did that have an impact in why, even though there was no win or loss that came out of that it was important, imperative for her to play?
For sure. And Brooke's a girl that needs a lot of reps, and she needs to feel comfortable with the timing of things. And, she's still a young player herself, and so she's trying to grow and develop. And, she just needs time on the court, and that's the one thing we haven't been able to give her lately. And so, I think, when we bring her back, we got to put her in the right situation and game plan around her the right way and make sure she kind of has a soft landing on her return and let her just kind of, feel it before we start throwing a lot on her.
I was going to say, is she at do you have I guess to use a football term, a snap count, or is she just kind of?
No, she is full go as tolerated, and so she has a good pain tolerance, and she's fighting through it, and she doesn't pull herself out. You gotta do it for her, but as long as she's still jumping and landing safe and doing all the right things, that way we're gonna let her go until otherwise. But it's a sprained ankle. Volleyball players get these all the time. It's never comfortable. And it's it's one of these things that is always on your mind when you do as much jumping and landing as a volleyball hitter does. And so, but every player we've got has been through this many times. They know what it feels like, and you just kind of learn how to play through it.
And for you, what's the biggest benefit of first 2 games on the road against teams that could match or be close to the quality of what you'll see in conference play?
Yeah, every team that we put together for our preseason was with a purpose. And it's not just VCU and Ohio State. Lehigh's picked to finish second in their conference as well. And so all 3 matches are going to be a test, and we're going to have to play well to be in all of them. And so, but again, that was by design. We knew we needed to beef up our preseason schedule, give us more preparation to build a better resume, the whole thing. And this is where it starts. So I'm happy with what we've done to put it together. And now it's time to just go get some wins.
As much as you can you give us a quick scouting report on VCU and Ohio State?
Yeah, VCU, we've been talking a lot about them this week since they're our first match. A lot of returners. They added a grad transfer from Baylor, really experienced team, and they know how to win. They were 1 win away from going to the tournament last year, and quality group. They've got good pins that know how to do it. They run a 6-2. They spread the offense well, and it's going to be a test. They're very good. Ohio State, we're not ready to talk about. We're still game planning on them, and I'm not quite ready as I need to be. I'll be ready tomorrow.
With VCU's middle blocker, Jasmine Snead, how big of a test is she for your blockers first off, and then also for your hitters to hit around that?
Yeah, she's an athlete, really quick, big jumper. She's a quality player, and she's from Texas, so some of our older players remember her from back in the day. But she's good, and they're going to give her the ball. So she's athletically every bit of a Big 12 level player, and something that we're familiar with. So it'll be right away. We're going to get a test.
I know now it's season time, but do you still feel like in tournaments you can kind of switch in girls in the lineup and see what works best still, or do you have your set?
Yeah, I think it just depends on how we're playing and how the matchups look, and just I go into every match wanting to play as many players as I can, and then that always changes when I get in there. I tighten things up, and And so it's just a personal comfort level. Every coach is a little bit different when they feel like things are at a place where they can loosen up the lineup, or if you're behind, then at what point do you break away from your starting group and get somebody else in there? So, we're bringing 18 players and with the intent of playing them all, but it's all TBD.
What are some team goals you just have set for this weekend?
Well, we want to win. That's the first thing. We're going out there with, the intent of being successful, and that's the first thing on our mind. But, you heard Brooke and Alex talk about it. We've got a team that likes to play together, and when they're connected and feeling it as a group, then we play so much better. And so it's just a team that is so good when, like I said, when that connection and that vibe is right, and they just can look at each other and kind of know what's on each other's minds, and they're just doing it together. And they've got a group that really values that connection. So that's something that it's really hard to make it tangible. You know it when you see it, but when it's not there, you can feel it, but you can't always train it. It's just what it is. But this is a group that's been together for a little while now, and they're really starting to feel it. So I think as long as we get out there and have a good travel day and have a good walkthrough, and we're going to be ready to go.
With the scrimmage this past weekend, did you get a better feel of where Brooke might be playing this week on either side?
Yeah, I mean, Brooke's going to play, and we she's more comfortable as a right side hitter. I don't know long term where she's going to be, and again, since we haven't had nearly enough practice time with her to look at other ways to use her, she can go left or right, and we'll kind of match her up as we kind of see fit. But she likes them both.
Obviously, we know people like Alex, Emily, Brooke, who are going to play. Maybe some freshmen that are in the mix that we could see. I know Caitlin's been a name that's been on a lot of people's.
That's right, with good reason. Caitlin's come in and had a great preseason. She's been everything we knew she would be. Excellent blocker. She really does a good job at the net. Plays well, sees the game and picks good angles, and then offensively really talented. And she's another player who's good on the right or the left, and is when you put her with Brooke together, you can kind of mix and match, and they're both good in either spot. So that's something that we're excited about. So you'll see a lot of her, and then Lindsay Dotson has been the other one who's made a big push during preseason and earned herself a big role right away in the back row. Real quick, great ball control, sees the game at a high level, hard to get her out of position, and real splashy. She's just all over the place.
A quick question, since you mentioned her. Have you ever recruited twins before? And
No.
If so, what was kind of the backstory behind
No,
it?
this is my first set of twins, and it's obviously been a good experience. But they're great kids. Both their parents are Tech alum. It was kind of destined for them to be here, and we started recruiting another player that was with them, and then got on to Lauren and Lindsay, and that was that. We were sold pretty quick. So they're talented girls, and they can really play.
Coach, I kind of asked the other girls, but obviously you have a little bit more at this, but I guess what were you hoping to learn from your team by having them on the road for so long early on in the season?
Yeah, I don't even know if that was the plan to be on the road through. A lot of it is determined by our football schedule and when we can host and when we can't. And, it just kind of got put together that we were going to be on the road first 3 weeks. And so when that's going to happen, you make the most of it. And we were already putting together this kind of schedule with Big 12 and other things in mind. And so, but we've done this before, and all you can do is take them week by week, and you don't look at it as a 10-match road swing. You just look at it as 3 weeks on the road and 3 different road trips. And so, we kind of segment this pretty well. But, these players are used to traveling all the time. They're good at it. And I don't think it'll phase us that much, And I think the other part is that Ohio State, we're opening up a brand new gym for them. So there's going to be a lot of energy and a lot of excitement about that. It's a football weekend in Columbus. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on, and I think we'll get out there and feel that energy and play well.
I asked Alex the same question. I guess, is there something to kind of having the team be in a tournament setting where you're playing 2 teams and you don't have that much time to kind of prepare, and you just kind of, I don't know how you guys kind of do it, but I guess you just kind of let them play, or is it a little bit of obviously some strategy involved?
No, I mean, we'll have 3 different game plans. We're going through this as a staff. It puts a lot on the staff in the beginning because we don't have a full week to get ready for one match, and so VCU is our first match, and it's an important one, and so we're putting a lot of time into that now, but we also are going to be prepared for Ohio State and Lehigh, and then we're going to get to see them before we play them, which is another bonus. So VCU is the one we're going in totally blind, and you can only go by on film from last season. But when they have that many returners, I think it makes us feel a little bit better about what we think we're going to see.